Hello everyone and welcome back. This video is titled Dog Left at Vet's Office with Heartbreaking Note. This one sounds interesting. Diana approached the dog cautiously, unsure if he was dangerous. Once closer, she noticed the note. As she read it, her eyes filled with tears. The dog almost seemed to understand as he stared at her with a mournful expression. Diana Stevens had one passion in life. From a young age, she knew exactly what kind of work she wanted to do. After completing her required studies and gaining enough experience, she was ecstatic to begin working at a renowned clinic. As a lover of animals, Diana naturally chose veterinary science as a career path. Over the years, she was able to help many animals. However, amid all these successes, there have also been many tragic cases too. The sad truth was that animals were often easy targets for abuse. Even when some pet owners didn't intentionally harm their animals, neglecting them often had the same consequences. In Diana's time as a vet, she had witnessed and personally worked on many sad cases. Whether caused intentionally or by neglect, Diana hated seeing an animal in suffering. Unfortunately, she'd also had to come to terms with the fact that she couldn't help them all. What gave Diana hope in a world that could sometimes be so cruel to animals was the fact that good people also existed. There were far too many incidents of animal abuse and neglect out there. There were also many people like Diana who worked tirelessly to help as many innocent animals as possible. Diana sometimes did wonder if all these people's best efforts were ever enough to truly make a difference. Diana's began poorly that morning. It happened as she was on her way into the office when she noticed a brown dog inside a cage. It was left near the entrance with no one else in sight. Before we continue, if you like this video, please like or subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. Now back to the video. As Diana neared the animal, it seemed harmless. However, after noticing the breed, she realized she needed to be cautious. As a veterinarian, Diana knew how some dog breeds were stereotyped. There were many breeds that people mistakenly believed to be dangerous. Diana's experience had taught her that there was no such thing as dangerous breeds, only dangerous owners. However, since she didn't know this dog, it was hard to tell if he was dangerous or not. It didn't take much of a look for Diana to work out that the strange dog was a pit bull. Being chief among the breeds that people believed were always dangerous, Diana knew the truth. Breeds like pit bulls were only ever vicious if bred to be that way by their owners. Pit bulls were sadly often used for dogfighting and were known to be very aggressive if raised that way. As Diana approached this dog, her instincts immediately told her there was nothing to worry about. For one, he was in a cage with a blanket, toys, and a water bowl. Secondly, the poor animal wore a doleful expression. It was the strangest thing, but it seemed almost human-like. To Diana, the expression reminded her of one a person might wear after having their heart broken. It was early morning, and the animal hospital where Diana worked had only just opened. It wasn't usual for people to show up this early with their pets. Diana looked around but saw no one. She began to wonder where the dog had come from. She was starting to worry. Diana checked inside. A few of her colleagues were already there, but no one had seen anyone drop off a dog. The entire incident seemed stranger by the second now. Diana checked their appointments, but there were no dogs due to be brought in that early. Diana waited with the dog, but no one arrived to claim him. Diana was devastated when she realized the truth. With a heavy heart, Diana realized that the dog had been abandoned. Diana was furious and was already sure that the owner was probably some negligent person that did not want to care for the poor animal. She took it inside, where her colleagues tended to it. Just then, Diana noticed that the dog also had a note in the cage. As she read it, her eyes filled with tears, and she realized exactly why it had been abandoned. The note explained the dog was affectionately known as Fatty McFat by its previous owner. Tragically, its owner had gone homeless after Fatty had bitten someone and was forced to give up the dog. The note went on in sad detail to say that the owner had tried to get assistance from many people. No one wanted to help and it broke her heart to give up Fatty. However, she was left without hope as they had been living out of a car for 2 months. Knowing the true story behind the beautiful dog, Diana and her colleagues knew they had to help. Fatty was treated, fed, and cared for. In the meantime, the clinic began searching for rehoming options. Initially, things seemed bleak as Fatty was a little aggressive, primarily out of fear. Thankfully, the Simon Foundation, which specializes in the rescue and rehabilitation of dogs and cats, stepped in to help. With their help, Fatty was soon doing better and even being trained to be less aggressive. After a while, the foundation wrote back to the animal clinic to give them some huge news. Remarkably, the foundation was able to track down Fatty's owner. While they housed and cared for her, Fatty's human stayed in contact with them. One day, she came calling with the news that she had managed to find a new job and finally had a home to live in again. Fatty and his human were finally able to have a very special reunion. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.